This video I'm going to change the oil and filter using a car jack on my 2007 Toyota Matrix. The first thing I'll need to do is pop the hood so I open my door and pull the release lever. Then I'll push up on the release under the hood so I can open it up, and keep it open with this hood stay bar. To operate the car jack, I need to first make sure the release valve is closed so it will raise up. Then to lower it, I open the release valve by turning counterclockwise, and I'll do this slowly when it's in use. Now to lift the car up, I find a good jack point furthest to the front. I think this vehicle's jack point is back further a bit, but I didn't see it until I watched this video. Also keep in mind that the further towards the middle you go, the more weight the jack will need to keep up. Now I usually use a pan to drain my oil, but I decided to try this design since it stores the oil as well. Can't say I'm a fan of it though, and you'll see why here next. So I slide under the drain and begin taking off the plug to drain the oil, which is when I figure out I don't like this pan design. I don't think it's designed to just pull the plug out. I think I was supposed to unscrew it just enough for the oil to start leaking, because it made a big mess this way. Not sure why I didn't think about that, but I often learn things the hard way, and this was one of those times. So after a couple minutes of letting the oil drain, I put the plug back in without a new gasket, which held up fine for me, but you might want to consider getting a new one to prevent a slow leak. Then I tighten up the drain plug and move on to replacing the oil filter, which I removed by twisting it off counterclockwise. Also, don't forget to put the drain pan under the filter as well. After I remove the old filter, I tip it over to dump the oil inside of it into the drain pan. Now for the new filter, it is suggested to rub oil on the top gasket before installing it. Apparently that will help seal the filter and prevent leakage. Now that I'm done underneath the car, I will deal with the old oil, and then I can let the car jack down and move on to the next step, which will be to fill the engine with new oil. So before I can do that, I need to understand how to read the oil dipstick. After pulling it out, there should be two markings at the end of it, which the first from the bottom is the low mark and means you should add more oil. The second mark from the bottom is the high mark, which you want to keep the oil level at or just below it. So to add the new oil, first thing I need to do is remove the cap that should indicate with a label that it's the oil cap. Then I will insert the funnel so I don't spill oil everywhere when I try pouring it in. I'm using 10W30 since I live in an area where it doesn't get too cold. 5W30 is recommended if you are driving somewhere that the temperatures go below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm also using a synthetic oil blend, which should give me more time in between needing an oil change. So after adding the amount I usually add to fill my engine, which I can check on the side of this bottle, I need to check the dipstick to see how full I have it. First I need to wipe off the initial oil so I can get an accurate reading. Then with the engine off, I pull the dipstick out to see that I added the exact right amount of oil, but I knew what I was doing since I've changed this oil multiple times. Then I put the dipstick back in and put the oil cap back on, and I'm done changing my oil. Here I'll hold down the trip reset button, and then turn the key to the on position to reset the maintenance light. Last thing I want to show here is how to use ramps, which seem a lot safer than using a car jack. I'm just going to push both of the ramps up to the front wheels and make sure they are lined up so they don't twist on me when I try driving up them. You need to be very careful not to give it too much gas though, so you don't end up driving over the ramps. Hopefully this video has helped, and feel free to ask any questions that you still may have in the comments. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for more quick and on-point videos.